First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Welcome back to Fox 12 Now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Nibbler. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday. We start at 1 o'clock. We go throughout the afternoon. We cover a wide range of topics. I always like to remind everybody of that, depending on when and how you're tuning in, because you can always watch these segments afterward. But one thing I got to do was sit down and have a conversation with somebody who has had some experience wrestling in Pacific Northwest. Now, if you have been around the Pacific Northwest for a long time, you know that wrestling is really a big thing. It's been here for decades. This building that I'm in actually used to host Portland wrestling for a while in the 2010s, and it is a part of the culture here. And a wrestler who spent some time in the Pacific Northwest is Vinny Pacifico. And I had a chance to talk to Vinny. He is now gone from here. He's all over the place, national, international, wrestling for pretty much every organization you can think of from the sounds of it. Also moving into entertainment as far as an actor and all kinds of other things. But Vinny is certainly a personality and amazing person to talk to. So we had that conversation. I want to run that for you right now. Hello and welcome to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. I had a chance to speak to not only a wrestler, not only an entertainer, not only an actor, and a whole lot more, the guy by the name of Vinny Pacifico. Now, Vinny is really an incredible performer who has a lot of history in the Northwest in Portland. He's got a couple of movies coming out, but we talked all about that and how he got his big break in a wrestling match here in the Northwest. And there's so much more to talk about. This guy's pretty incredible, a lot of energy. You know what I mean if you know who he is. Here is Vinny Pacifico. Vinny, it is good to have you here on the show. I'm excited to talk about, obviously the movie coming up and all of that, but you don't get a chance to speak to professional wrestlers that often. And I want to know, for you, what was it when you were a kid? Was that when you found, your love of this, or how did you decide? I grew up watching it, but you became it. So what was the influence for that?
Great question. So, I played football my whole childhood up until high school. Always a fan of wrestling. I said, you know what? I said, Dad, I want to try wrestling. I want to get into this. And I always feel like if you love something, you feel a passion burning inside, you got to chase that dream. So I did. And my father, I loved him more than anything. He believed in me and he gave me the chance. He said, all right, we'll take you out of football, put you into wrestling. And so I started at 14 years old. And that was it. I had a meet and greet with Bryan Danielson and John Cena. I asked them both advice. They were both incredibly, before I started wrestling, they were both incredibly motivating and inspiring to talk to. And they were like, go chase your dream. You got this. Just be careful and be safe. And they gave me really good insight. And that was it. I decided to jump right in, and that was it.
That was it. You knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my, for my career.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And can you tell us, about this connection to Oregon, too? And
so, of course. So I'll tell you what, I had my breakout moment in my career, I feel like, in Oregon. So I wrestled for DOA Wrestling. That's one of my favorite places to wrestle in the United States. They are an amazing company. And Derek Drexel is a person who works heavily there as well. And so I have a character where I drink energy drinks and I hulk up like Popeye and I do all this cool stuff in the ring. And he said, Vinny, why don't you utilize this character in this certain way in this match you have coming up on my event? And I'm like, you know what, Derek? You're right. So that was one of the most insane crowd reactions I've ever had. The energy drink was in the corner, crawled to the corner, cracked the drink open, drank it, and did this. And that went viral. And later that week, Bang Energy sent me a contract, signed me to a deal.
That's awesome. So you got a contract out of that too.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. And then that led to more things, more interviews, more media, and just snowballed into more and more things. Like, okay, you have a character that involves energy drinks, and you already are energetic. Like I am this time as a person anyway. So it worked so well and worked so easily into what I do in the ring. Now, and then it was just like, wow, it's a character that's a character in the ring, but now it's getting noticed by national sponsors. So it's kind of like a really cool thing. And that's kind of where everything started to really explode. And then turned into, so the another Oregon moment was, sadly, my wife's mother was passing away of the end of 2023. And I got an email from AEW to come out and wrestle for them in Oregon. And AEW is one of the best wrestling companies in the world. And my wife was like, I was like, she's literally in hospice, and they're calling me to come next week. And my wife says to me, "You gotta go do it." And that's one of the most beautiful things I have is my motivating wife who just supports me so much. And so I went ahead and I went out there wrestling in Oregon for AEW, and it was an amazing time. But also, it was just like a very significant moment for me because it's bittersweet. My wife's home; her mother just passed away, and I'm wrestling for AEW. It was just like
Yeah.
really, really bittersweet. So that's kind of where the Oregon history, my love for Oregon and the history that I have in my career for Oregon just really started snowballing so much.
Yeah, that connection there. I mean, and um, one of the things that's really prevalent in wrestling too is that connection to the live fans, to the people there who are part of it. So for you, what is it about that, and what do you enjoy the most about the the live action of that?
I'll tell you what, the Pacific Northwest fans are the best fans in the world. I've had the most fan signs, the most fan interaction I've ever had has been in Northwest. It's insane. Like they are just so supportive, so motivating. They get behind the people they like. And that's what I love so much about the Oregon wrestling scene and the Washington, the whole Northwest. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Also, it's a beautiful state. Like, come on. So that's kind of where I always go to Oregon to wrestle all the time, and it's been a last few months I haven't been there, so I'm excited to go back. I go back next month. So, yeah.
And you're on the road all the time, I'm assuming, like going
Every
all over the
week,
place.
every week. These last few months I've just been Europe, Middle East, South America. Now I'm every single week. I just filmed 2 movies, one in Kentucky, and then now I'm filming one right now with Eric Roberts and Tom Arnold in Vegas. So it's really fun. I haven't been home in like 3 or 4 weeks, so it's been a really fun month.
Yeah, I'm like, that's all over the board, man. That's flying, traveling, movies. Yeah, that's it. That's an active lifestyle right there.
I'm very lucky. It took me. I'm wrestling since I'm 14, 12 years wrestling. I started acting a year and a half ago. So now everything's starting to steamroll into a beautiful thing, and nothing was easy. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of downs, a lot of ups, a lot of no's, a lot of yeses. No, a lot of no's, some yeses, but you have to keep moving forward always, no matter what, because that's just my people ask me, how do you get to where you got? And that's just not stopping. You can't stop.
Yeah, you just got to keep on going all the time.
All the time. And it comes down to just keep going. And then something will snap where just things are moving faster and faster. So that's kind of my story is, just 12 years of just heavily grinding. I've wrestled in 15 countries, and now it's starting to steamroll into something that I've never even imagined it being. I'm a lead actor for a film coming out in June called Mr. Reset. It's a wrestling horror film. My wife is in it, which is so cool. But yeah, it's just, I've never experienced this. And one thing I'll say to people is, you can imagine things in your head, how you want things to go. But if they went the way I wanted them to go years ago, I wouldn't be where I am now doing what I'm doing now. So that's why it's just a crazy way to just stay focused and just a good mindset. Right.
Got to ride that wave and just, trust will get you to where you need to be.
Exactly. At some point, you can't plan for it, but it'll be there.
Yeah. Well, talking about the films, Mr. Reset. So tell us a little bit about that. You said wrestling and horror, this combination.
So, it's a psychological horror. It's a lot about, growing up, you being young and excited in the entertainment industry. And there are people out there who take advantage of you while you're trying these things, like these industries have people who just don't have the purest heart. So Mr. Reset is this villain that feeds off of Vinny Pacifico's excitement and love for wrestling. And just, it pretty much tells a story of what are you willing to do to make it, right? And that's where my wife comes in, and it's just it's just because I want to make it for her, and the story is very real because it's like I do everything now to give me and her the life that we always wanted, but now it's like in this film, it's like Mr. Reset will dangle these cherries in front of me to sacrifice things that I never would sacrifice. So it's just Mr. Reset is this villain that wants to just feed off of the dreams of young upcoming wrestlers, and I'm one of them.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. And also, as you mentioned, in real life, there probably are a lot of those people that want to, I'm not saying horror necessarily, but people want to take advantage of situations, and I'm sure there's shady characters, just like
all over every industry. It's every industry.
Yeah.
But this movie really does capture that deep psychological ways of just, wanting this dream so much to happen and just finding the way to do it, without sacrificing anything, without having to do that, with staying true to your morals. And that's one of the biggest stories that I've always had. I never sacrificed that. I've never sacrificed anything. I never screwed anybody over. I've never done anything to hurt anybody in any business or in my life. I don't do that stuff. So, and that's kind of, I'm getting here through hard work. And that is where this film just takes you on the roller coaster.
And for people out there who want to see this, when is it that we can maybe anticipate seeing?
We're looking at June 2nd.
June 2nd.
Yes, streaming platforms. We are awaiting our full release poster coming out within, I think, this week. It's just so much back and forth with just producers and all these different people, but we're looking at a really early June release, and we're very excited. We have more scripts written for more films in the future, and it's just there's a lot that this film touches a lot of different industries. There's a little bit of anime in it, video games in it. Like, there's a little bit of everything in this film, and we're just excited for this. It's a long time coming, but here we are.
Interesting. Well, man, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On the success and the hard work to get there. I have one last wrestling question for you here.
Of course.
Do you prefer being a face or a heel?
Great question, because I'm wrestling for a wrestling company on TV called Hollywood Wrestling, and they have me as a heel, and it's working so good. And they're taking my character and putting a spin on it that I never even did before, and it's working so well. So I'm really enjoying being a heel for that company right now, but I love being a face because I just love being able to utilize the crowd's reactions, the energy drinks, the energy that I have, and just riding the wave of the crowd. So I love that more than anything, but I am enjoying being a heel right now and doing different things that I never even like. They're utilizing my Italian heritage, like, talking Italian, being Italian, and it's just getting, like, how Italians get angry pretty quick. They utilize that too in this character. So it's been really fun to kind of step into a different character, but still be me. And it's just been working so well.
Yeah, that's got to be really enjoyable just to get to try those different things out and, act this certain way and change it up and see that crowd reaction to it.
It's crazy. They give me the middle finger. They're yelling at me. It's so funny.
That means you're doing a good job.
Exactly. And that's kind of how, so I would say overall being a face is one of my favorite things to do, but when I get to be a heel, I do enjoy it.
Nice. Well, Vinny, thank you so much, for having time to talk to us about this, and just congratulations on this career and everything you're doing. Anything else you want to share with anybody, or let them know where to follow you for all your stuff?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Vinny Pacifico, Twitter or X at Vinny Pacifico 1, Facebook Vinny Pacifico, and stay tuned because there's a lot of films coming up pretty soon. I'm working with Fuzz on the Lens Productions, who are an amazing film production company, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm excited with future roles.
Awesome, thanks, Vinny.
Thank you very much.
All right. Again, thank you to Vinny Pacifico there for joining us for that. And that's one of the things we get to do here on the show, is have these longer form conversations and share them with you and talk about, some unique careers and stories and things like what Vinny is doing. So big thank you to him and his team for setting that up. We've got more here on Fox 12 Now. We are going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. So if you're watching us live on the website or the apps, stick right there. You'll see us come right back. If you're watching us after the fact, check out some of our other interviews, our segments, our different things that we cover. It's a wide range of topics that are on this show every weekday. So feel free to check those out. We'll talk to you here in just a bit with more Fox 12 Now.